Welcome back to the Total Quality Management series. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. And if you've been following along, you already know that TQM is about more than just tools and procedures. In today's episode, we're talking about something critical to making TQM work, something that often determines whether it succeeds or fails. We're talking about change management for TQM implementation. Implementing TQM is not just about processes, it's about people. And when we ask people to change how they work, think, and collaborate, we need a clear strategy for leading them through that transformation. Let's be honest, TQM sounds great on paper. Improved quality, streamlined processes, happier customers. Who wouldn't want that? But here's the reality. Implementing TQM requires changing how people do their jobs. It may involve new reporting structures, new metrics, new responsibilities, or even a shift in organizational culture. And change, even positive change, often triggers resistance. That's why change management matters. It's the glue that holds the entire TQM effort together. Without it, TQM efforts can suffer from employee resistance or apathy, lack of coordination between departments, poor adoption of new tools or systems, and initiative fatigue, where people get overwhelmed by yet another program. Successful change isn't just about managing projects, it's about leading people. And that's where we start. Let's walk through a simple but powerful model that helps us think about how people move through change. These 5 stages can help guide your approach during TQM implementation. 1. Awareness. Employees must understand that change is happening and why. What's the business case for TQM? What problem are we trying to solve? 2. Desire. People need to want to participate. This is emotional. It's about motivation and buy-in. 3. Knowledge. Once people are on board, they need the tools and training to succeed. 4. Action. This is where the change takes place. New systems are rolled out, new behaviors are practiced. Last but not least. 5. Sustainment. The most overlooked stage. Change needs reinforcement or people will default to old habits. Let's be clear. Skipping the early stages, especially awareness and desire, is like building a house without a foundation. One of the most powerful tools in managing change is communication, but not just any communication. Strategic, ongoing, two-way communication. Here's what effective communication looks like during TQM implementation. Clarity. What is TQM? How will it affect my role? What's changing and what's not? All of these kinds of questions need to be answered as early as possible. Purpose. Why are we doing this? Tie it to customer satisfaction, competitiveness, or employee empowerment. Don't assume people remember it the first time. Repeat key messages often. Channels. Use multiple platforms, town halls, newsletters, videos, team huddles, feedback loops. Create space for people to ask questions, voice concerns, or suggest ideas. And be transparent. Even if you don't have all the answers, say so. That helps to build trust as well. Change flows through people, especially those with influence. To move TQM from concept to reality, you need more than executive sponsors. You need champions throughout the organization. Executives must visibly support TQM. That means allocating resources, reinforcing goals, and holding people accountable. Middle managers are the bridge between leadership and staff. Train and equip them so they don't feel caught in the middle. They need to understand both the strategy and the execution. Informal leaders. Think of the go-to people on the shop floor, in departments, or in meetings. If they're excited, others will follow. Engage these people early. Ask for their feedback. Give them ownership. Because when respected voices say, "This matters," others listen. Next comes capability. Because people can't adopt what they don't understand. TQM often introduces new tools, new language, and new processes. So comprehensive, role-based training is essential. Here's what that might include. First, foundational concepts. What is TQM? What are its core principles and benefits? Second, technical training. Ensure that you introduce courses on root cause analysis, control charts, FMEA, 5S, process mapping, as well as soft skill training courses on collaboration, problem solving, feedback, and facilitation, especially for those leading improvement teams. And finally, data literacy, teaching people how to interpret trends, understand metrics, and use data to make decisions. But remember, training is not a one-time event. Reinforce learning through peer coaching, refresher workshops, knowledge-sharing sessions, online learning platforms. Build a learning culture, because continuous improvement depends on continuous learning. Let's talk about resistance. It's inevitable. People might fear losing control, losing relevance, or simply having more work. Here's how to deal with it. 1. Listen first. Don't rush to convince. Ask, what concerns you about this change? 2. Validate emotions. Saying this is hard goes a long way. 3. Clarify the benefits. How will this help them, the team, the customer? 4. Invite participation. Involve people in shaping the solution. Ownership reduces resistance. 5. Support transitions. Some people may need extra time or coaching, provide it. Also, recognize that resistance isn't failure, it's feedback. Sometimes it points to things that need adjusting in the implementation plan. You've launched TQM, you've trained the teams, maybe you've even seen some early wins. But now comes the most important part, sustaining the change. Here's how you make it stick. Embed TQM in systems. Make it part of performance reviews, hiring criteria, onboarding, and daily routines. Celebrate success. Recognize teams that reduce defects, streamline processes, or improve customer feedback. Even small wins build momentum. Use metrics. Track progress and share results. Visibility builds accountability. Integrate ownership. Make quality part of everyone's job, not just the quality department. When people see how they contribute, they're more likely to stay engaged. Reinforce purpose. Remind teams regularly why this matters. Link it to mission, vision, and customer satisfaction. The goal is to make quality not just a goal, but a habit. Something that lives in the culture long after the initial push is over. Let's wrap it up. Total quality management isn't just a methodology, it's a mindset, but it can't take root unless people are supported, trained, and inspired to change how they work. Managing that change requires empathy, clarity, consistency, and above all, leadership. Until next time, remember, you don't implement quality, you lead it. Check out our other training videos in this series where we continue to delve deeper into the 6 pillars of total quality management, as well as tools, benefits, and how to implement TQM in your organization. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos from All Things Quality.